sanity is restored. There's no obstruction. I want to assure you, no crash again. It's just the traffic we are battling with. And we make sure that we reroute those tankers, trailers for the time being to have a reprieve on this road. I assure Nigerians on this.
And then the other aspect is perhaps in the meetings that maybe the FRSC, Lagos, Ogun, because part of what we also noticed, because we like giving feedback so the authorities can pick up and then correct where they may have missed a thing or two. Now, there are many who missed out on all of those platforms and all of those informations that you may have used or disseminated to them. Hence, they get back to the roads and do the same thing. Yes, there will be some who still heard and do the same thing. It may not. I don't know if you're considering having traffic billboards in some of those points to let people know that certain things are happening, because we see this happen in other claims and it really does work. Wouldn't that be, would you consider some of those, for instance?
I'm bringing in some equipment this December to Lagos for that. We have it. I'm deploying some the traffic guidance to give a traffic alert on the road straight away. I'm bringing some to Lagos. Within the next 2 weeks, I will activate them. We have such facility presently. And let me also commend the Lagos State government for the facility provided for LASEMA. That was what did the magic yesterday. There's no way for me to procure such cranes. LASEMA, emergency management, is supposed to have such, and Lagos State has lived up to that expectation. That was what facilitated the prompt removal of those trucks and trailers yesterday, and that is highly commendable. If we can have this kind of facility in other states, I think once in a while when we have this kind of gridlock, crashes, major issues like this, we'll be able to remove it. And we still leverage more on traffic radio, on the media, the Twitter, the Facebook, and to really enlighten more. We devote more time. I will seek for more cooperation. Channel has been of help on this and with all these crews, but please don't relent. Continue to enlighten the public. It's been wonderful. But the media is doing well. Let's commend them. Please, we need more support on this. Disseminate the traffic situation. Let people reroute their journeys. Let them leave early. Let them take alternate routes. But once I get to Lagos, I think we have to reroute these tankers, trailers, and we do something. But I've moved all my men to the road. I'm sure within the next 6 hours, you see an improved situation by the grace of God.
Well, there's a lot of feedback coming through from those who are watching now. They speak about saying, look, it's not just the road users, even the construction companies as well. There's some alternatives, the shoulders of those roads that could have been fixed for motorists to divert in case they're going to somewhere nearby. They also talk about the serious acts of ineptitude on the part of project contractor. Do you pick up on some of this feedback and then pass it on to authorities so they can correct them?
Yeah, I've noted this, but like I told you, I'm relocating to Lagos today, and Julius Berger is working well. RCC is doing well. Whatever is the gaps we've seen, we communicate with them and we inform the Honorable Minister for Power Works and Housing. I think we're in the dry season now and they're trying to fast track what is going on. They have the scope of what's to be done, and I think they're working day and night now. Let's continue to give them the support to do the work now that the rain is over. And I believe early next year, these pains will be over. I'm really very optimistic with what is going on.
If you
Some sections of the road have been open now, even along towards the Ibadan end, they've been open, and it's good driving on such good roads now. We get it right. Let's appreciate what government is doing. We get back to the construction companies. I will meet them, and I will ensure that things are much improved.
If this is going to be over by next year, and you say you're coming to Lagos today, are you going to be in Lagos from now up until next year to say that this is eased?
Suleiman, you want me to relocate?
Chamberlain,
you want me to relocate to Lagos? I will come to Lagos today, at least a weekend, to just ensure that the proper thing is done. The zonal commanding officer is there, the sector commander, they are competent officers. But it behoves on me when you have this kind of challenges, I must move down, relocate, ensure the correct thing is done, try and meet the government in Lagos State and Ogun State, discuss with them, and we all work together like we've done last week with Anambra and Delta State government on Niger Bridge. And I think that was a wonderful experience. I will do the same with Lagos and Ogun State. That's my own responsibility. There's problem. I should not remain in Abuja. Move to Lagos, move to the scene, get the government agencies and other stakeholders involved, and we'll find solution. That is the most important thing. It's a teamwork. We must work with them and the construction company. We review and see the best way to reduce these pains, this agony, and for road users. And as well, let me say something. We are moving towards the end of the year. From September, normally we observe increase in vehicular density, and it's not far-fetched, combined with the normal routine of the morning peak period, evening peak period, and those who are traveling. We need a lot of patience this time around that the road is on that. We complain to the government that this road is bad, and the government listened and mobilized contractors to decide. Let's appreciate government, one, for this. Number two, our own role, let's show understanding. For this period, this road is under construction. Number three, rerouting the tankers, trailers, or compel them to be on standby till evening. So by evening, by as for maybe 7, 8, or 9 o'clock, then they move, so that the smaller vehicles at the daytime, when we need productivity, increase in productivity, we can really move and get things done. I think we find a solution. I want to assure Nigerians, we try our best.
It's a difficult situation when you say that people should appreciate government. That road is not something that I mean, when you look at how vital that road is to Nigerian economy, it's not something that people should have waited to complain to government for. The government should have been a little more proactive. But let's move on.
On that, the issue is this: the road was bad. It's a process, and government intervene by even not to their road is being expanded.
Ideally, people should not be waiting for government. I mean, the road shouldn't get bad. The government has FEMA. I mean, it's a federal road. If there is a maintenance agency,
it gets to a level that you don't continue wasting money on maintenance. It gets to a level that you go on complete rehabilitation and expansion because of the increase in vehicular density. That is why the government decided to move it from 2 lanes to 3 lanes up to Shagamu. That's the gateway in Nigeria.
That's what ought to have been done in the very first instance. Considering the importance of the road.
There's increase in vehicular, the pressure, understand something, there's pressure on the road. 90% of our transportation mode is on the road. Whereas all these trailers, tankers, trucks, what they are conveying is supposed to go by rail, not by road. But because there's pressure on the road, that's what we have been witnessing. And the government is already working on the rail system. Like Abuja, Kaduna now, the rail is working now. The traffic has dropped. Crashes has dropped. So when you finish the realignment of intermodal transportation system, things will be better. But it's not something that will happen overnight, but it's a gradual process. And the way things are going now, within the next few years, I think will be much better.
Let's quickly look at other parts of the country. Yes, there is an emergency, it would seem, along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, but it's getting towards the end of the year, and people will be moving around the different parts of the country, more around the season. Just before now, you had introduced the speed limiting device as a way to ensure that, people are a lot more safety conscious, especially transport drivers. How successful has that been? You did say that you're not going back on the October deadline. Are people complying?
Yeah. So far there's been over 130,000 people issue citation, and that by February 1st next year, we commence the impoundment of vehicles without a speed limiting device, commercial vehicles. And if you look at what is happening, I think we are getting it right gradually. Let's leave out this.
When next year are you commencing that impoundment?
1st of February.
Okay.
We commence in the end of the year patrol, full patrol from 1st of December. That lasts till towards the end of January. So you don't mix two things together.
So they have a 2-month window to ensure that if they do not have it now, they go and get it.
Yeah.
Is the FRSC the one selling the speed limiting device?
No, I'm not involved in marketing. You have the accredited vendors, I think about 38.
Okay.
And it's going on well. I can tell you this. I'm happy that this is going on, and that this is the global trend now to log the speed of commercial vehicles. One, we have 204,000 kilometers of road network. We have about 12 million vehicles, so a population of about 173 million. Not all Nigerians can own vehicles. I've been repeating this. So the public relies more on commercial transportation. You can't take it away. So with that, we need to protect them. When 65% of the crashes involve commercial vehicles. So when you know that a crash occurs, you are losing lives, then you must protect them. Lock the speed of this. That is the ultimate. We are not talking about cameras now. I've repeated it. That is to restrain the driver from exceeding the speed. That is the ultimate. And once we get this right, I think we'll be much better off. And the focus is to meet the UN Decade of Action target, reduction of fatalities by 50%. It behoves on Nigeria. We are second in Africa today in terms of the implementation. We need to do everything possible to reduce this wanton destruction of lives and property.
Looking at some of the figures that you have here, I mean, we understand that last year you had, last year we had about, between January to August, that's according to figures released by you, a total of 5,953 crashes, in which I think 3,233 people died. However, it would look like that figure is coming down gradually. So from 3,233 casualties this year, within the same period of January to August, we have 3,048. It's still a far cry, from drastic reduction, which is what I think you're looking at. What is the target of the FRSC?
Focus for this year is to reduce crashes by 15%. From what you've said now, I released that figure. That was 4%. To reduce crashes by 15% and fatality by 25%.
So we're still far away from
that. Was as at August.
As at August.
We're trying.
But if we're looking at what's going on right now along even just the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway.
Listen, what happened? A crash occurred. 4 vehicles were involved. 4 or 5 vehicles were involved, and 4 lives were lost. That does not mean the whole country is aflame or ablaze. No, that's just one crash. One crash, 4 lives lost. What really raised this level? What really caused this problem was, one, the gridlock, the traffic situation caused this, raised the level, and because the road is under construction, people were locked down. That's Chinese word, locked down. Fine, that's why one crash, but it's not for the whole country. For the whole country, I think that the country is doing well presently. All the interventions of the government is beginning. This is the year that the government has invested more in road safety. The government procured about almost 300 vehicles early this year by May, and another set of 100 is coming in now for FRSC again to reinforce end-of-the-year patrol. I think government is injecting more logistics.
So how many patrol vehicles would you say you have now? Because as the figure I'm looking at here, it's 697 patrol vehicles. Has it gone up from that?
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah.
Government injected about 300, and we're having additional 100 before the end of the year. I think government is trying.
So you're looking at 1,000 vehicles?
That is patrol vehicles, excluding ambulances, excluding recovery vehicles, excluding bikes, excluding administrative vehicles. Because when we get to end of the year patrols too, you deploy all you have on the road, and there's no rest this holiday. All social engagements, all other activities cancelled. We need to face this. Again, look at this. When you're talking about recession, this is a reflection of prosperity. Vehicle registration is going up. A lot of people, families are getting vehicles. It shows that no matter the recession, there's a little bit of economic growth. Vehicle registration, people are buying vehicles, they are registering vehicles, driver's licensing applicants, the number is increasing, everything is going up. Those indices are going up. It shows that there's still a little bit of prosperity in the land. Things are moving on gradually. We have to face this because 90% of the transportation mode is on the road. So the burden is on our head, the workforce. But we really have to do this. We have already strategized.
We will come back and discuss a little more on that. We'll take another moment now. Sunrise Daily will continue shortly. Do join us again.